good to have you back with us right here on Traders 20.
Well, you don't just have the benchmark indices which are holding up very firmly. You've got the broader markets too following suit. It's no exception for the small cap index, which is higher by 1.2%. Some of the top gainers then, you've got Surana Industries holding up very smartly. Chemrock India is another one of your gainers. Apart from that, Fame India doing fairly well for itself, as is an Orissa Sponge. On the losing side, though, Deccan Chronicle on the back of that pledge share news. Apart from that, Spice just down and out. Atul Limited as well as Nectar Life Sciences.
Okay, time then to bring on board our last two experts in the equity markets, at least for the day. Rajat Bose and Deepak Mani then join in on the show. And Rajat, let's start with you as always. You've got two ideas on the long side from the cash markets for us.
Yeah, the two ideas or the two trading picks that I've chosen primarily because after the initial flourish they are consolidating, and if the market gets further momentum then these stocks are likely to move up. DLF is the first bet that I've chosen, buy with a stop below 199. Target is 204, and 204 is a highly achievable target during the day. That's why this target has been chosen. And another stock is Larsen & Toubro. Similar kind of chart after the initial flourish. It is going through consolidation, and once a breakout happens it is likely to move up to something like 1360. So I've kept two targets of 1353 and 1359 and kept a stop loss below 1329. And I have kept the third pick as a hedge bet since the spot Nifty is already onto a resistance level around say 5145, and the whole range between 5145 and 5175 for the spot Nifty and 5180 to about 5210 for the August Nifty is a resistance zone. So I would like to sell Nifty August futures around 5180 with the stop above 5210, and the downside targets for the hedge bet would be 5145 and 5120.
Okay, buy DLF, buy L&T, short the Nifty futures. That's the word coming in from Rajat Bose. So it's the large caps that he's betting on. What about you, Deepak?
Mixed bags as far as capitalization is concerned, though it's biased towards the large caps. The first buy is Zee Entertainment. This has been a pretty strong and stable stock for some time now, over a year. Doesn't decline very much in times of adversity either. Currently it's heading towards a 2-year high, and it's a fresh upswing. It had corrected a little bit yesterday, so good point for entering into the stock. The stop loss is 158 and the target is 167, achievable in possibly about a week's time if it gets there. Second buy is Coal India. This had finished quite strong yesterday intraday, despite the market being weak, so there are buyers on declines in this stock. The stop loss is 345.5 and the target is 366. It's been a little quiet in the last 1 hour or so, but the potential still remains with it. And finally, HCL Technologies, it's been the strongest of the large cap tech stocks for some time now. It had jumped a bit a couple of days back, consolidating after that. I think it's now breaking out of that consolidation upwards once again. So this has got a stop loss of 510 and a target of 539.
Okay, so with that, we'd like to thank both Rajat, Deepak as well as Sandeep and Prakash who've been with us, Ashwini as well as Nitesh for joining in today and highlighting the top 80 trading ideas from the equities markets. But the show, of course, is not over yet because we have a commodity segment to go through with, and Manisha Gupta, commodities and currency editor, then joins in on the show with the latest as far as that's concerned. Manisha, morning. It's clearly risk on trade, not just for equities, but commodities as well, given the global cues.
Well, absolutely. The equity markets are on the higher side. You have seen the dollar decline versus the euro, especially after those ECB's, Draghi's comments coming in that they would preserve eurozone come what may, and that really has given assurance to the markets here. So you have seen a turnaround happen in most of those commodities, whether it's the precious metal prices, which are holding around 16.15 in cents of gold, and we have seen 0.5% to 1% of a gain coming in for the industrial commodities as well. So the crude prices, NYMEX and Brent, both trading in positive, and that is the case with copper, zinc and nickel, all of those base metals as well. But whether the commodities can sustain their gains or not, let's go for a strategist then. We are now joined by Hitesh Jain from IIFL. Hitesh, hi, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining. What's your sense in sense of industrial commodities? As of now, of course, it's more about assurance than the actual facts.
Yeah, see, would like to short the spec with the copper and nickel being vulnerable. Regarding the yesterday's event where we saw a lot of optimism coming from Europe, but I think unsustainable levels of debt cannot become sustainable simply by something or pumping more money or buying more bonds. So we remain still bearish on the industrial metals. We would like to sell copper August contract at 421.5, which is a tick on the higher side or slightly on the higher side, with the target of 417 and a stop loss of 424. As far as nickel goes, we'll prefer to short July contract at 890 with a target of 870 and a stop loss of 905.
All right, Hitesh, thank you so much for joining us. So 2 sell calls on copper and nickel coming in from IIFL for the day today. With that, it's back to you, Avan.
Thanks very much for that, and that's our Commodity Corner with Manisha Gupta. But remember, once again, very important to warn you that if you decide to take on board any of the positions, please do consult your individual financial advisor before doing so. A quick break right here then.
Absolutely, but come right back because we'll be taking forward the action with BNSN, the stock game.
सदियों के